Hello everybody, welcome to another George Crafts video. Today we're going to do a little papercraft tutorial on decoupage based on the most recent free download that I've put up on the website georgecrafts.co.uk. So with me today I've got some double-sided tape and some foam pads, some pieces that I've cut out already from the paper kit, some ribbon, a few more little bits there, backing paper that I've cut down to size, some gold card and card blank. So before we get started in making things, for those of you that don't know what decoupage is, it's basically taking an image several times and layering it with a little bit missing. So each time a little bit more is sent to the background. So the reason we do that is to kind of make things look more 3D and more dimensional to our pictures, because this is the bee which I've designed as decoupage for you in the kit. Obviously I've cut him out, and you know, he's fine, it's not a problem, but I could make him look 3D. So what we've done here is we've removed his back leg and his back wing, so when I layer this on top, these bits will come forward and these pieces will be sent behind, but you'll still be able to see them. And then on the next bit I've taken the wings off and all the legs, so that when I layer him on top, the wings will be sent back and the legs will be sent back. Now you can't really see that at the moment because I haven't stuck it down with my foam pads. As it's all flat, it doesn't really come out in the camera, but hopefully when we stick it all together on the card, you'll be able to see what I mean. So I know that the bee is the only thing I've done in the paper kit where I've taken bits of the images off for you, but if I just have a quick flick through the paper kit with you, you'll see that you're able to do that with any of the images really. So for example, if you wanted to make this vase of flowers 3D, what I might do is I'd just print this out 3 times, this page, and you can sort of cut the main shape out for your background, and then maybe you might want to just cut out the purple frame and just the vase and stick those in front, so it's like the frame and the vase are coming out and the flowers are sort of in the background, because this vase, if it was a 3D object that you could pick up, the vase would come out in front of the flowers. The same for the daisy, for example. You might want to cut the main one out and then cut it out again, but just cut out the flower and leave the leaf off because the leaf is in the background. And then what you might want to do is just cut out the petals and stick those on and lift the petals up at the side, so that it looks nice and poofy and 3D like a real flower. But I'll do the demo and we can see if it turns out okay on the camera. So I'll build up my bee first and then we'll make the rest of the card. So to do my decoupage, I'm using foam pads. But you can use things like dimensional glues, silicone glue, glue gel from Pinflair, whatever you like really. So I take my base image, so that's the biggest one, and just place it flat. And then I find the one that goes on the top of the base image. So in our case this is the bee with one wing and one leg. So I just turn him over and then take my foam pads, I'm just going to put half a foam pad on his wing as well because I want the wing to stick up. And I peel off the backs Now when it comes to sticking this down, what I like to do is I like to line up pieces of the image that match. So here, obviously we've got the little sting and his foot and his wing, and then when I stick it all down, I know that it's going to be nice and neat. Okay, so can you see that this wing here appears to be higher up than this wing here? That's how we're going to create the 3D-ness of our image. So once I've done one piece, then I take my other pieces and I do the same. So I'm just going to put some more foam pads on the back of the third piece, and peel the sticky backs off, and then do the same again. So I'm going to line up the stripes of his body. Okay, so that should be nice and neat. So hopefully you'll be able to see that my bee is looking a little bit more dimensional. So this is the topmost layer, this is the bottommost layer, and if I just sort of tilt him to the side, you'll be able to see all the different layers there with the foam pads. When it comes to doing decoupage, you can put in as many layers or as few layers as you like. If you really wanted to, you could print the bee out a couple of times and then sort of cut out the stripes and make the stripes stick up if you want to. I mean, it's really up to you. It's, you know, the paper kit's there for you to use whatever way you want to. Which reminds me, actually, if you want to put the pages into the scan and cut and use your scan and cut to cut things out, that's perfectly fine. I'm happy for you to do that, and you can also sell whatever it is you make out of the kit. That's not a problem either. So we'll make the rest of the card. You'll notice here that this piece of gold, like the last time I did a paper crafting demo, the middle's been cut out because I'm going to cover up most of this space, so I'm just keeping the gold for another time. So, oh, and another thing to show you, you'll notice these pencil marks. I do this because the card blanks that I get, you know, they look very square, but sometimes they're a little bit off, and I make my gold pieces by drawing around my card and then cutting out the line. So I know if I've cut it out and this is the top of the card and this is the top of the frame, I'm going to get it to fit nicely on top. So I've got my backing paper here from the paper kit. This is the daisies. And I'm just going to work out where I want my bits to go first before I glue anything down. That's definitely a tip worth remembering if you are new to paper crafting, because once you've stuck it down, it's kind of, that's where it is. So let's see. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. That's my sentiment there. My bee. And do I want to use my daisy? I think I might leave that off and use that for another time. Okay, so I want my sentiment on the top, my ribbon just passing underneath it. I've picked yellow just because it goes with the middle of the daisies and it goes with my bee. So I can remember where I want my bits and pieces, but if you think you won't remember, then just take a picture on your phone. And then what I'm going to do is start making up my background. So turn over my piece of paper, get my double-sided tape. Now the reason I put tape on all four sides, sorry, of my backing paper is because I've cut the middle out of my gold card that I'm going to mat and layer with. If I hadn't cut the middle out, it would be fine for me just to put two pieces of tape on sort of two sides rather than tape the whole thing. Just making sure that I've got that the right way up. So I just peel back a little bit and pop my ribbon roughly where I want it. And I peel back the opposite corner on this side. I still leave the backing attached to my tape. Just turn this over, make sure I'm happy with where that's going and that's fitting, and I am, that's grand. So then just gently stick down the ribbon. Oops. So, am I happy with that? Yes, I am. Am I? Yes. And then just stick down the ribbon onto the back here. And my backing of my tape's come off. It's not the end of the world. Just roughly place it back. The reason I haven't taken the back of the tape off, if you've seen any of my other paper crafting videos, is because I might, well, I'll explain it as I do it. Basically, I now want to stick this onto my gold, which I'll just check I've got the top bit at the top. Now, if I stick this down and it's in the wrong place, at the moment I can take it off and do it again. But if I were to take all of the backing paper off of my double-sided tape and I stuck it down and I wasn't happy with it, it'd have to be tough really, or I'd have to start again. So this way it just gives you a little bit of a room for error, if you like, because I want to have a nice even edge of gold all the way around the outside of my card. So I'm going to try it. I might have to stand up for this bit, so bear with me. Okay, so I can't see the top, so that looks like it's just about in the right place. So then just gently press it on the corners. So it's stuck now where I've removed the backing tape, but nowhere else. So I just put my hand to keep it on the card to keep it steady. Pull the backing out of the card background that I'm making. And then it's all stuck down. Okay, so that's on there. What I'll do now is I'll stick it to the card. So I use double-sided tape again. And this time I'm only going to put 2 bits of tape on. So same thing, what I'll do is just peel up a little corner of the tape. And check that my pencil lines are lining up with each other. Just check that I'm not going to make an upside down card, and then all I do is I just get my 2 pieces roughly lined up, square them up on my table so I'm completely happy with it, gently push down where I've stuck the tape and peel out. And now it's nice and neat. I haven't got any white bits of the card blank showing, and I'm good to put the rest of my bits and pieces on. So what I've got left is my sentiment, which is, if friends were flowers I would pick you, and my bumblebee. Okay, so he's going to go just there. So what I will do is, I want a few more foam pads, so I want to stick my sentiment on. So I'm just going to pop 3 on here, one in the middle to sort of support it, and 1 on the other end. Now if you worry about putting things like sentiments down in the right place, or with your decoupage particularly, you can use wet glue to give yourself a bit of wiggle time, as I mentioned, like the pin flare and the silicone glues. Or if you are using foam pads, you can just sort of rub a glue stick on the back, so it just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. I'm happy enough putting mine where I want them, but if you want just a little bit of extra reassurance, then that's another little tip that I've picked up from, I can't actually remember who, but it'll be more than likely one of the papercraft demonstrators on Create and Craft. So I'm just going to pop some more pads on my bee. So one there, one on his wings. One on that part and one on this part. Peel the backs off. Whoops. It's got mind of its own today. And then just pop him in here. Okay, and if I wanted to, obviously I could put little bits of gems in the corners or anything else. I'm still trying to decide if I want to use this or not. I don't think I do. I don't think it really goes. So I would leave that there. Obviously you could put gems on or ink the edges, distress the edges, whatever you want to do. This was really just a demonstration to highlight using decoupage. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to, some more ideas, I'll be making a few more little samples with the card kit over the next few days, so you'll be able to check those out on the website. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, George Crafts, and visit us at Facebook. We're under George Crafts blog. Or check out Instagram now, we're on there too, and that's under George_crafts. Take care until next time, get in touch if you've got any questions, and we'll see you again. Bye!